I want you to want to do the dishes. Do you remember this scene from The Breakup?
Fine, I'll help you do the damn dishes.
Oh, come on. You know what? No, that's not what I want.
You just said that you want me to help you do the dishes.
I want you to want to do the dishes.
Why would I want to do dishes? Why?
See, that's my whole point.
Let me see if I'm following this, okay? Are you telling me that you're upset because I don't have a strong desire to clean dishes?
No, I'm upset because you don't have a strong desire to offer to do the dishes.
I just did.
After I asked you.
This scene looks like they're fighting about the dishes, but in actuality, it's something a lot bigger. In a lot of marriages, couples slowly start keeping the score. Who works harder, who sacrifices more, and who does more around the house. Once a relationship turns into a scoreboard, resentment naturally follows. And when that resentment carries into divorce, the entire process often turns into an even larger competition. Who deserves more? Who was wrong? Who should win? This is when the process gets exhausting. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to explain why treating divorce like a competition often makes things worse, and what approach usually makes the process smoother, faster, and less stressful for everyone involved. Hey, I'm Kristen Wolf with Wolf & Shore Law Group. We're here to help you get through your family law issues with clarity and confidence so that you can move on with your life. One of the most common dynamics that we see when couples are starting the divorce process is the scorekeeping mindset. Scoreboard. Sometimes we have situations where one spouse believes that they did more financially for the family, while the other spouse feels like they sacrificed more for the family. Both people feel justified and both people feel hurt. And because of that, they approach divorce like they need the court to validate their side of the story. But reality check, the legal process isn't really designed to settle people's emotional scorecards. When people enter a divorce with that mindset, they end up fighting about everything based on principle and principle alone. Who gets what property? Who was more responsible for the breakdown of the marriage? Who gets the pension? Who earned the most money? Who should have more time with the kids? Who deserves more financially? And every disagreement becomes another point on their invisible scorecards. And that's when a relatively simple divorce turns into a long and emotionally prolonged conflict. The top questions that we get all the time are, how long will my divorce take and how expensive will it be? And we always have to give that lawyer answer as it depends. But the reality is, it does depend. It depends on you. The longer we have to go into court, the more times we have to go into court for motions and argue about things, and the more arguing over the little things, the longer and more expensive your divorce is going to be. Plus, if you can't come to an agreement with your soon-to-be ex, then someone in a black robe is going to be making it for you. And unfortunately, when cases like this drag out, your kids are being dragged along with it. Look, it's totally natural when you're first starting the divorce process to come in with that scoreboard mindset. However, the parties that usually end up in the best possible situation are the ones that can navigate and change that mindset throughout the process. And that's where we come in. I'm not talking about giving anything up or giving in to the other side, but you do have to be reasonable and understand that the court is a court of equity. They have to make decisions based on what they believe is fair and equitable under the circumstances. We can see this clearly because we're not the ones going through it. You are, and that's super emotional for you. But for us, we are helping you to sit here and to see it rationally so that you can make the decisions that you need. So generally speaking, here's the framework that we use to approach with every single client going through the same scenario as you. The first thing we want to do is focus on solutions instead of blame. When we change the mindset from blame to focus driven, we are more likely to be able to come up with better solutions for you that you're going to be happy with at the end. The second thing you're going to see is that when you can do that, your communication is going to improve. Even basic cooperation can help these negotiations and small disagreements or agreements to improve with your soon-to-be ex. And then step 3, the process becomes a lot more manageable. When spouses are able to get to a point where they are not turning every single disagreement into a blown out argument, the process becomes a lot smoother and faster. If you need legal assistance, or you have a family law matter or a friend that has a family law matter in the state of Connecticut, give our office a call. You can reach us at 203-745-3151 or visit our website at www.wolfandshorelaw.com.